Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moments. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Throne of Seal episode number 211 based on novel. So let's start. Hao Yu's pride soon turned into anger. He was very angry. But I never expected that in that plane of darkness and fire, under the circumstance that all living creatures and plants were killed, appeared the undead. They did not need food and water to live, unlike humans. They did not even need light. But they held a grudge against me and even dared to kill the most respected Austin Griffin. My reincarnation failed because of their continuous interruption, and my power origin was consumed during the process. I knew that if the 9th time of reincarnation were to fail again, then I would be gone forever like creation. I would not let that happen. I could not. Then I only had a few chances of reincarnation. Again those dirty undead creatures followed after me and tried to kill me. Right at that moment, a gleam of hope covered my body and took me to another world by force, a world full of light. Then I thought that I finally got the chance, but who knows, after too many times of incarnation I turned very weak, and also because I kept quiet in the darkness for too long, I could not adapt to the power of light. I felt like my life was passing by and I was going to die, but then I saw a pair of eyes, clear eyes. A little human, dripping his blood on me and helped me to adapt by using his blood. He gave me the power to go out of the darkness little by little and pushed out all the dark aura outside of my body. At last I turned to the light. I felt so warm with his blood and so comfortable, which I never felt before. Then I grew the second head of light. And my original head kept the attribute of fire. That young man, my master, was in danger because of helping me to change attributes. I then infused my own noble blood into his body and nurtured him. I even had a contract with him that I never expected, the strongest contract made by creation, blood contract. How come? I did not understand. After I woke up and thought about everything we went through together, I did not understand why I would do that. But still I was very grateful to him. After all, he gave me the chance to be reborn and let me become Austin Griffin once again. Finally I'm back. And the young man who gave me this chance was you, my master, owner of the light attribute, of the sealed divine throne of eternity and creation, chairman of Temple Federation, sealed divine knight of glory, and leader of Night Temple, Long Houchin. My body sealed all my memory deep inside the consciousness. When my consciousness woke up as the 9th head grew out, I found out that you gave me warmth and happiness, the emotion that did not belong to me at all. It was a very different feeling. Therefore, Master, no matter who I would kill and which plane I will destroy, I will never hurt you. I hope to experience the same feelings that you gave me. My new body now started to be afraid of a feeling called loneliness because of your existence. I have become so different now. I love you, my master. Let's join hands and travel around the world made by creation. One day I would turn all the planes to my world of ruin and make them all my territory. You must be surprised to see that I evolved so fast. This is all because of my master. His development promoted mine. And at a few critical moments, he protected me from those hideous undead, and thus I had the chance to grow the 8th head. I am also grateful to you for my waking up, my master. You brought me to the domain of eternity and let me find my seed, the seed of the tree of destruction, which to some extent was the other self of my soul. With it, after a period of isolated training, I finally broke through the last hurdle and woke up. The god of devils is right. If not for my awakening, it would not have been easy to resolve their seal by the power of an 8-headed Austin Griffin. But now everything has become simple. No power can stop me now. I had to say that the plane we are on now is much worse than the plane that created the killing god formation of 10 land 9 sky. No power can stop me in this plane. What a beautiful feeling of full awakening. A layer of crystal white light beamed from Long Houchin's armor of eternity and creation, resisting the pressure from Hao Yu. Since he had Hao Yu's blood in his body, the pressure on him was at the lowest level. Hao Yu, you want to destroy this plane? Long Houchin asked with a deep voice. Hao Yu smiled and said, I told you everything, so you should understand now. I'm the god of heaven wrath, not the god of creation. Since I have woken up now, I want to do something. Why not destroy this plane since 3/4 of the land were controlled by devils? Don't worry, I will kill all devils and then eliminate humans. Long Houchen's eyes were full of pain. He said, no, you are no longer my Hao Yu. You are not. Hao Yu nodded his head and said, of course. I was not the Hao Yu who followed all your orders. I'm Austin Griffin, the god of heaven wrath. Did you not hear what I said just now? Before I woke up, my body had 8 consciousnesses, each having their own mind. After I woke up, all the consciousnesses became one and were fully controlled by me. That's why the 9th head was called the head of ruin, head of heaven wrath. I am the real god of heaven wrath now. But the emotions you brought to me still exist, and I will not hurt you, but only you. In future I will take you to destroy another world, and I do not care about other humans. I hate them. Creation should be proud of the humans he made. Even me, the great god of heaven wrath, 9-headed Chimera, was killed by humans for once. But only once. My master, don't you understand? Wait and see how I destroy the devil clan that you hate the most. Long Houchen. The god of devil's voice rang up, and he tried to resist Austin Griffin's power. Long Houchen turned around to look at the god of devils. They looked at each other, and he saw many things in the god of devil's eyes. The message from his soul told Long Houchen about his intention. Long Houchen's body trembled out of anger. He turned around and lifted up the sword of eternity and creation towards Hao Yu. Hao Yu, I took you to this world. If you want to destroy this land, kill me first. He fluttered his wings and turned to a gleam of light flashing towards Hao Yu. Long Houchen could not believe it. His most trusted important partner was going to betray him and even became the devil that was going to destroy this plane. Hao Yu had become even more scary than the god of devils and devil clan. But Long Houchen still had hope that Hao Yu would not hurt him. Austin Griffin's eyes were full of disdain. Master, do you not understand? Do you really think that you defeated the god of devils by yourself? How can you fight with me if you could not even defeat him? I call you master. Do you really think then you are my master? Austin Griffin lifted up his left hand in the direction of Long Houchen. Suddenly a scary aura appeared around Long Houchen and prohibited him from moving. Austin Griffin said coldly, the sealed divine throne of eternity and creation you have. I hate it because it has a trace of creation's breath. If not for your protecting me to evolve from 6-headed to 8-headed, do you think I would that easily grant you the throne's recognition? Now it is useless, let me destroy that trace of breath left by creation first. Austin Griffin clenched his right fist and a bundle of purple light shot out towards Long Houchen. A sharp thunder sound rang up on the ground and sealed divine throne of doom and slaughter suddenly exploded on Long Xingyu's body and broke through the pressure from Hao Yu. He flashed across and stopped in front of Long Houchen, putting his arms around him and blocked the purple lights from Hao Yu with his back. Long Xingyu and Long Houchen faced each other and Long Houchen saw a trace of relief in his father's eyes. Long Xingyu smiled. Even with the protection of the sealed divine throne of doom and slaughter, he could not defend against Austin Griffin's attack, especially since he had used up the power of the throne just now to reach Long Houchen. Without any protection, under Austin Griffin's attack, he was doomed to be killed. However, Long Xingyu was smiling without any regrets and even was a bit excited. It was because he finally did something for his son, even if he had paid for it with his own life. No! Long Houchen screamed and the 9 lines of purple golden marks lit up suddenly. He struggled out of Hao Yu's pressure and held his father by both hands. His body turned 180 degrees in the air. Long Xingyu's smile froze and the next moment, that bundle of purple lights hit hard on Long Houchen's back. Bang! Long Houchen shook violently in midair while he pushed Long Xingyu away back to the ground. Without support from the sealed divine, he could no longer run away from Hao Yu's pressure. The armor of eternity and creation beamed with a bright white light and the purple bundle shot out by Austin Griffin seemed to melt into this white light. Loud thunder sound rang on Long Houchen's body and the armor started to crack. If the purple lights were to continue to attack, then this imperial weapon would be ruined forever. Austin Griffin's strength was unimaginable. As Agares said, even a real god would not be able to compete with Austin Griffin. Long Houchen's body trembled, and the power of sealed divine throne of eternity and creation and the sword of eternity and creation suddenly turned to 13 bundles of lights and returned to origin, then being absorbed by Long Houchen into his body. He could not afford to have this imperial weapon to be destroyed. Maybe this would be his last hope at some point. Long Houchen took action the moment he took back the throne. He spread his arms on two sides, and two gleams of purple light spread quickly in his hand and turned to two heavy swords, which were transformed from his own spiritual power. And this power did not only include Hao Yu's breath but also the power of light, which transformed to the strongest weapon Long Houchen could make right now by his spiritual power. Then, Long Houchen's body turned to a gleam of purple light running towards Hao Yu. The glow on his body turned to purple-golden color completely, and the pressure from Hao Yu could not affect him at all. In order to fight against Hao Yu, Long Houchen activated Hao Yu's power inside his body. And only with Hao Yu's blood could he fight against Hao Yu. Long Houchen naturally improved his level really fast after Hao Yu grew the 9th head due to their blood contract. Only that progress was suppressed by Austin Griffin. Now Long Houchen activated Austin Griffin's blood, and that part of power burst out, which made his aura very similar to that of Austin Griffin. Long Houchen arrived in front of Austin Griffin like lightning and issued the attack of Eye of Brahma. A huge purple golden eye appeared in the sky. Millions of purple golden lights became one and shoot towards Austin Griffin. Long Houchen realized that Hao Yu was either gone or was eaten up by Austin Griffin the moment he issued attacks. Now in front of him stood the god of heaven wrath, 9-headed Chi Mela, Austin Griffin, and he was no longer Hao Yu. He was a beast who wanted to destroy everything. He would not let him do that. Even though he knew that he could not rival his power, he still attacked. Long Houchen was calm now, and his attack was certainly valuable. Austin Griffin frowned and seemed to be unwilling to fight against Long Houchen. He let the Eye of Brahma hit on his body and did not move. The purple light shone on Austin Griffin but only made a layer of shiny glow and did no harm to it. Then the purple golden eye instantly transformed to streamer and flashed across Austin Griffin's body. This was the second strike of 3 strikes of Brahma, instant youth, partly original. Before he used it to kill Vashak, and now he used it against Austin Griffin. Austin Griffin stood at the same place and did not move. Long Houchen's attack seemed to make no difference to him. He was only frowning and turned his head to look at Long Houchen. At this moment, the huge bundle of purple light shone, which was a strange hexagram beaming with purple golden lights. All elements in the air, including Austin Griffin's aura, all gathered towards the hexagram rapidly. Long Houchen's original body shone brightly, and that crushing force seemed to be tearing his body apart. Austin Griffin's face turned pale. He moved finally. He flashed across and arrived in front of Long Houchen and struck on his chest. Long Houchen smiled as he waited for this move. The hexagram beamed, and the final strike of 3 strikes of Brahma, heaven and earth, at last came out. The purple hexagram became illusory and twitched. It turned to a huge purple whirlpool. Heaven and earth lost their colors and all returned to one. Meanwhile, in the world without the lights of the sun, moon, and stars, a bundle of 9-colored golden light shot out from Long Houchen's left-hand wrist and immersed in the purple light and then struck towards Austin Griffin. Long Houchen's body was pushed on the ground by Hao Yu's palm and struck a big hole. But he did not release much offensive power, as anyone could see it clearly. Long Houchen bounced back and stood up after hitting on the ground. But Austin Griffin did not seem to be well. His whole body was covered in a layer of 9-colored light, and in his chest appeared a small hole. Long Houchen used what he had to the most and issued an imperial weapon-level attack with heaven and earth combined with lunar shield. This strong power even hurt Austin Griffin, who was almost invincible. However, just as everyone felt happy about it, the hole in his chest healed like a water wave as if nothing had happened. He looked coldly at Long Houchen standing on the ground. "My master, it seems that you do not care about our friendship anymore. What a shame, your power is not enough. I told you that in this plane, nothing can threaten me. You think you can?" Long Houchen sighed with sadness. "You are right. I cannot hurt you. But you swallowed Hao Yu's soul, so I will destroy you no matter what price I should pay." You said that I'm the chairman of the Temple Federation, sealed divine knight of glory and leader. As the leader of humans, I must protect my people and this plane. Ready, Grandpa? The god of devils was shocked when hearing Long Houchen calling him Grandpa. He looked at Long Houchen in disbelief but only saw his resolute eyes. The god of devils lifted up his anti-heavenly sword instantly. As a half-god, Austin Griffin could not restrict him from moving by only pressure. The moment he lifted up his word, the whole world seemed to be lit up. The purple in air at last changed. Austin Griffin's face turned pale. He finally felt threatened. Then, all the devil god pillars lit up. The god of devils moved and his body suddenly disappeared and the dark golden anti-heavenly dragon pillar expanded in shocking speed. Not only him, but also Agares did the same and released his own devil god pillar power. In front of Yulongguan, the pillars lit up one by one and flew into the air at fast speed. Even the pillars without devil gods lit up with the brightest lights. Long Houchen's previous attacks were not meant to defeat Austin Griffin, as he was clear that he did not have that much strength. By communicating with the god of devils with his eyes and soul, he understood what he should do. He attacked Hao Yu to buy time for the god of devils to prepare. Nobody would have expected that these two enemies, fighting against each other for 6,000 years, would one day join hands. Austin Griffin got startled as well, so he fell into the trap of the god of devils. Killing God formation of 10, land, 9, sky. The god of devils' sharp scream sounded from the anti-heavenly dragon pillar as if he had become crazy. A dark golden light rushed into the sky and seemed to connect with the furthest point of heaven. A strong dark golden light covered Hao Yu's body and delayed his action. Then the purple moon and orange star light lit up at the same time, which was the power of Moon Devil God Pillar and Star Devil God Pillar. The three Devil God Pillars formed the core formation of Killing God formation of 10 land 9 sky, which locked Austin Griffin's body in the center. Meanwhile, the rest of the 17 pillars rose up and lights connected them together and formed a prisoner's cage in the air, which put Austin Griffin inside. Each pillar shone a different light and the purple light that belonged to Austin Griffin was broken into pieces in the cage. The Killing God formation of 10 land 9 sky was made to defeat Austin Griffin from the very beginning. In the distance, gleams of lights lit up. The Devil God pillars tore up the space and appeared in front of Yulongguan. No matter if it was the pillars that guarded the Devil clan, or the pillars that followed Samijina and Marbus to attack the southeastern fortress and Wan Shoguan, all the pillars came together. This was what the god of devils had prepared. As the leader of 72 devil gods, he wanted to gather all 72 pillars' power and use the Killing God formation of 10 land 9 sky again. Austin Griffin was suspended there quietly. He seemed to be affected by the formation and was kept in the cage. He could only stand by and watch all these pillars come from nowhere to form the cage while he was locked in it. This was the real power of the Devil Clan, the most terrifying power. This aura it gave out, which none of the strong Temple Federation men could defeat. Long Houchen realized what a big loss Agares' betrayal meant to the Devil Clan. As the owner of the Moon Devil God Pillar, if he had allied with humans, even the God of Devils would not be able to activate this Killing God formation of 10 land 9 sky. That was because it needed an anti-heavenly Devil Dragon Pillar, Moon Devil God Pillar, and Star Devil God Pillar together. If Agares had given up, then this formation would not be complete. But would the Killing God formation of 10 land 9 sky be able to restrict Hao Yu? After all, the 72 Devil God Pillars were still not complete. During the battle between the Light Dawn Demon Hunter Group and Devil Clan, many pillars were destroyed. Austin Griffin had taken precautions. Could the incomplete Killing God formation of 10 land 9 sky defeat him? Austin Griffin lifted up his right hand with disdain. He stretched his forefinger and shook it. I told you. What happened before will not happen again. I dare to stand here and see you doing this means that I'm not scared by your shitty formation, not to mention the fact that it's incomplete. And what if it is? I failed last time because I went unprepared and that fight was joined by many strong humans activating the formation. After so many years, your formation will not be as strong as before and those strong humans' blood and breaths are gone. My master, let me give you a gift now. Let me help you to destroy the foundation of the Devil clan. His grey eyes lit up and grey light beamed. Meanwhile, a layer of purple light spread out from him. The cage suddenly expanded as Austin Griffin changed. Then everyone saw how scary it turned out to be. In the formation, a purple sun seemed to appear, and that strong purple light instantly covered all the colors shone out from the 60 pillars. The purple light did not contract but expanded, and a scary huge body appeared in midair inside of the formation. The god of heaven wrath, nine-headed Chimera, revealed its original terrifying body. Previously, when the god of devils showed his original anti-heavenly devil dragon body, he shocked everyone. But now, compared to Austin Griffin, he was only like a 3-year-old child. 10,000 meters. The body was over 10,000 meters. It was like a city appeared in the sky suddenly. Huge scales of 10 meters in length covered his body, and the four arms seemed to be able to shake heaven and earth at any time. A pair of huge wings spread out with a width of 10,000 meters. Out of its huge neck grew 9 heads altogether. Long Houchen used to be familiar with each head as he had witnessed their growths before. But now they were like strangers to him. Because in their eyes, the original color disappeared and was replaced by the gray color of ruin and craziness. The head in the center was the most unfamiliar one. When Long Houchen first met Hao Yu, only Xiaohua existed, and then after their blood integrated, Xiao Guang came out. These two heads had been in the center of all heads all the time. But now between Xiaohua and Xiao Guang, another head appeared. A head that was grey and was almost twice of the size of other heads. Its eyes shot out a strong aura of death, and the other 8 heads followed suit and changed their expressions. After Xiaohua and Xiao Guang, other heads followed. Now it was no longer Hao Yu. Although Hao Yu had an integrated body and almost the same mind, he had 8 different souls. Now Austin Griffin had only one soul, which represented ruin. Austin Griffin's huge body soon filled each corner of the information. And each pillar of the formation shone brightly, as they were activated by the god of devils and moon devil god. The scary pressure spread out in the sky. All the strong men of ranks lower than 9 were restricted to the ground. Even the strong men of rank 9 could barely stand straight. Who could have thought that the holy war after several hours would become like this? The strongest enemy turned out not to be the head of the Devil clan, but the mount partner of Long Houchen. How shocking, but it was real. The Devil clan now all joined hands together to try to seal Austin Griffin. The humans could not help. When fighting together, the Devil clan was so scary. No wonder they had no power of creation and could not produce. Their origin was not of any ethnicity or race, but of a scary formation that consisted of 72 divine weapons. The killing god formation of 10 land 9 sky was not something that humans could participate in. And now Long Houchen, who was suspended in the air, did not pay attention to the Austin Griffin that was in the cage. He turned around and looked at his mother Bai Yu, who fainted out of excitement. Kia was by her side and protected her future mother-in-law with her power of purification. Kia looked into his eyes as he turned around, and somehow her heart lost a beat. Long Houchen looked calm and peaceful and affectionate. Suddenly Kia realized something, and her pretty eyes were filled with horror. No, Houchen. No. But she could do nothing. With her level, she could not move under the pressure that was from the killing god formation of 10 land 9 sky and Austin Griffin. She could only protect herself and Bai Yu with her own domain power. Long Houchen shook his head slightly to her and murmured something to Kia. Though she could only see it, she instantly understood what he meant, and tears fell, which were broken to countless small water elements in the air. Long Houchen then turned to his father. Long Xingyu could not move as well. Long Houchen murmured something to him. Long Xingyu understood, and he cried. As sealed divine knight of judgment, he could do nothing now as well. Long Houchen then looked at each member of the Light Dawn Demon Hunter group, the strong men and heroes of the Temple Federation. Everyone looked at him with affection and saw resolute will in his eyes. Long Houchen, we cannot hold up any longer. I never thought that you and I will go to another world together. But I am very glad to hear you call me Grandpa. The God of Devil's voice lingered in the air. Austin Griffin seemed to realize something and started struggling like crazy. The 9 huge heads worked like 9 imperial weapons and were hitting the killing god formation of 10 land 9 sky like crazy. The power of the god of heaven wrath was so scary that the power of over 60 devil god pillars could not rival against it. The pillars started to crack down under the pressure. The central 3 pillars, anti-heavenly devil dragon pillar, moon devil god pillar, and star devil god pillar started to crack first. As the cracks appeared, Austin Griffin struggled even harder, and that terrifying crushing force seemed to be able to break the restriction at any moment. Longhouchen held the purple golden sword in his hand and looked at the god of heaven wrath, whose body was 10,000 meters long and so powerful. He murmured, "How you? I took you to this world, and now I'll take you to another world. And we can be brothers there. Xiaolei, come out." A green light flashed, and the spirit god, Xiaolei, instantly flew out from Longhouchen's chest. Her little face was full of tears, but she had no intention of stopping Longhouchen because she understood that this was the only way. Longhouchen nodded at Xiaolei and said gently, "Xiaolei, you have already integrated with my power of light. Even if you do not depend on anyone, you are still the spirit god and will not die because of the environment changes. Take care." He lifted his right hand and a layer of purple golden light covered Xiaolei's body and protected her from the great pressure from the formation and Austin Griffin, taking her to Kia's side. Maybe this is for the best. Longhouchen smiled, and the past was no longer important to him. He had no other choice now, despite how unwilling he was to part with those he loved. He lifted up the purple golden sword that was transferred from Hao Yu's power of blood and looked deeply at the struggling Austin Griffin. He said coldly, "You took away Hao Yu's soul, so I'll take everything from you." His purple golden sword flew out from his hand and was casted into the air. The sword turned to a purple rainbow after reaching 30 meters high and fell down, heading towards Longhouchen's head. When Longhouchen and the god of devils stared at each other, he had already decided. With spirit fluctuation, the god of devils told him that in this world, no power could win over Austin Griffin. Even with the killing god formation of 10 land 9 sky, Austin Griffin would not be killed. The only shortcoming of Austin Griffin was Longhouchen. The blood contract that he signed with Longhouchen was the only restriction and the last chance for them. Therefore, when Longhouchen rose up to the sky and issued a suicidal attack at Austin Griffin, his plan with the god of devils had already started. Longhouchen's attack towards Austin Griffin was to buy time for the god of devils to activate the incomplete killing god formation of 10 land 9 sky, which was not to kill Austin Griffin, but to buy time for Longhouchen for his suicidal attack. Due to the blood contract between Austin Griffin and Longhouchen, only Longhouchen's death could end the connection between them and therefore kill Austin Griffin. That was why Longhouchen went all out to attack him, but it did not hurt Longhouchen. It was not because he was kind, but because the blood contract made him dare not hurt Longhouchen. Longhouchen was the only weakness of the god of heaven wrath. Now the killing god formation of 10 land 9 sky restricted Austin Griffin, and therefore he could not stop Longhouchen from killing himself. This formation was backed by over 60 devil god pillars and was used to seal Austin Griffin. Though it was incomplete and could not do what it had done before, it had enough power to restrict Austin Griffin for some time. And this was enough for Longhouchen. There was only light in Longhouchen's heart. He left behind all his thoughts on earthly matters as he was going to leave this world now. No matter how much he was unwilling to, for all creatures on this holy demon land, he had to. This was his only choice. A purple light flashed and this crushing force was activated by Longhouchen with all his strength. As long as it went through his head, even if the god of the deaths, the scourge of undead, Electrolux were to come back to life, he could not save his life. Cries rang up from the ground. Although only those strong men from the Temple Federation understood Longhouchen's action right now, everyone felt that self-sacrificial spirit. At this moment, he looked so lonely and determined. All those strong men who used to compete with Longhouchen were ashamed. He deserved to be chairman of the Federation. Brother, no. Just at the moment when Longhouchen remained calm and the purple light reached the top of his head, suddenly a very familiar voice rang up from his deep soul. And the purple golden sword which already reached his head seemed to be pulled back. The sword tip cut open his head skin but did not go further. Longhouchen suddenly opened his eyes and shouted, "How you?" That voice belonged to Hao Yu, not Austin Griffin. Austin Griffin was kept in the formation and could not stop Long Hao-chen now, no matter how strong he was. The one stopping Long Hao-chen was his own blood power. Long Hao-chen felt clearly that Hao Yu's blood inside his body was boiling, and the purple golden sword suddenly turned to a bundle of purple lights and went back inside his body, leaving no harm to him at all. What was more shocking was, high above in the sky, Austin Griffin's huge body moved violently and Long Hao-chen saw a pair of familiar eyes. Those eyes were golden in color, similar to that of light. And the head that those eyes belonged to suddenly lifted up and hit on the gray head in the center. It was Xiao Guang. It was Xiao Guang who shouted at Long Hao-chen. He was born under the nurture of Long Hao-chen's blood. It got rid of Austin Griffin's control and woke up. He hit Austin Griffin's neck and kept staring at Long Hao-chen. In his eyes, Long Hao-chen saw worry and sadness. And the same emotions rose up from inside his body, that part of Hao Yu's blood. Long Hao-chen's suicide awakened the consciousness left by Hao Yu, which stopped the purple golden sword from falling down before causing his death, and it was blood power of Hao Yu. Can this be Austin Griffin's tactic? Long Hao-chen thought about many things within a few seconds. What if Austin Griffin does not want me to die and temporarily wakes up Xiao Guang, so that he can break the formation and control me? If this was the case, with Austin Griffin's power, Long Hao-chen could not win at all. He would then become a puppet of the god of heaven wrath. But Xiao Guang proved Long Hao-chen's worry to be wrong. Austin Griffin's head of ruin shouted angrily and turned to look at Xiao Guang. A layer of strong grey light covered Xiao Guang. Xiao Guang then did something that shocked the head of ruin. He opened its mouth and bit off a big piece of scale and skin off Austin Griffin's neck. Austin Griffin's development included not only the head of ruins but also other heads, which evolved to the level of the god of heaven wrath. Xiao Guang's action caused all of that to backfire. The head of ruin screamed out of pain, and under his grey light attack, Xiao Guang trembled violently as if he was struggling. The other side, a pair of red eyes got rid of the head of ruin's control and a strong burning aura exploded and bit at the head of ruin's neck. Xiao Hua. Xiao Hua woke up as well. Among all 9 heads of Hao Yu, Xiao Hua and Xiao Guang were the closest ones to Long Hao-chen. One was saved by Long Hao-chen, the other one was born out of Long Hao-chen's power of blood. Long Hao-chen was determined to kill himself to destroy Austin Griffin. Xiao Hua and Xiao Guang's consciousnesses thus woke up. In order to save Long Hao-chen, they did everything they could to attack the head of ruin. This video will end here.